Hey guys, welcome to the Factory Music Awards 2023 Red Carpet. I am your host. Lol. The Factory Music Awards happened on October 10th and this red carpet was classic K-pop fashion, red carpet vibes, lots of black and white, literally no colour, and actually this was very cohesive this year. I feel like as the years have gone on, we're getting there on the cohesion front. There are a few clangers, a few moments of odd styling. We'll get into it, we'll unpack. Last year when I did my end of year show season red carpet reviews, I did a little trend section for you guys, so I'm gonna continue that. The biggest trend that I'm seeing is pinstripes. A lot of pinstripes. Pinstripes have been worn in various different ways. On Stray Kids, we're getting a metallic pinstripe coming through on Hyunjin and Felix. On the 17 members, we have Jonghan, Hoshi, and Wonwoo, and their pinstripes have been worn in different ways. Jonghan in the blazer, Hoshi in the crop blazer, and then Wonwoo in the shirting worn underneath the coat. We also saw pinstripes on Treasure, on Jungkook and Haruto. Jungkook's are my favourite, this deconstructed pinstripe, completely different from anyone else we've seen at the Factory Music Awards, and it really stands out. My best dressed female idols on the Factory Music Awards 2023 red carpet are aespa. I was doing some research for this video and apparently they went viral for their red carpet appearance, and we can see why. All of the members look absolutely fucking stunning. Black, it's chic, they're wearing Chopard jewelry, they're Chopard brand ambassadors, and it just looks glamorous, it looks expensive, it's chic. There's that beautiful combination of sexy and elegance that I think is really special, and it just like hits every single time. All of the members are wearing LBDs, little black dresses, and this is fairly common on K-pop red carpets, but I feel like it's the cuts, the different textures of fabrications and the embellishments, along with the Chopard jewelry and just the incredible visuals from aespa that truly make this special. We can see on Ning Ning that her dress has this beautiful texture, and then there's this hardware detail around the hem, which ties into Karina's. I love the hem detail, how you're getting this kind of upside down sweetheart neckline shape, and then you have the jewels that line it and then drape over the leg. There's a classiness but a sexiness to it. My favorite look out of all four. Giselle, it looks like her dress could be velvet. It's photographing in that very like luxurious velvet way, very fitted at the waist, and you can see that there is a drape in the skirt and then the tail piece hanging off of her left hip. I think this is so flattering on her figure. Giselle, more times often than not, her looks aren't the most flattering for her body, whereas here, like, mwah, she looks unreal. Winter's look, we're getting this very chic off the shoulder moment of the ostrich feathers, and I like the fact that you can see the black lines coming down because it accentuates the lines of her body. Fantastic set of looks. My best dressed male idols have to be Rise. When this came out on the red carpet, I was just so impressed because for me, this red carpet look, yes, it plays into the black and white K-pop red carpet classic, but it also plays into the concept of their debut, Get a Guitar. It had this late 90s, early noughties grunge vibe to it, like skater boy vibes. And when we look at the silhouettes of these suits, they're very relaxed. We're getting the boxy oversized blazers, and then we're getting the straight to wide cut trousers. And then the buckle details on Sungchan and Wonbin really lean into that grunge direction. And from the photography, you can really pick up on the different textures of fabrications. Majority of the members are wearing matte fabrics, but Sungchan on the very left and then Eunseok one in from the right have those shiny fabrics, and they just jump out in the photography. I also love the fact that we're getting a coat on Anton because it switches up the vibe. It's not just a blazer on every single look. It gives us differentiation and it gives us a variety, which makes black and white tailoring more interesting to look at. What stands out to me about Rise's looks is the fact the tailoring fits the concept of their debut, and I also feel like it's appropriate for the members' ages. straight away thinking of when NCT 127 come out and they're wearing tuxes that like a middle-aged man would wear, and it makes me want to scream. If I see it this red carpet season, I'm gonna scream on camera, because this is the kind of vibe we should be seeing for NCT 127 as well, but obviously with like their flair. So yeah, those are my best 2 looks. Now we're going to continue for the rest in alphabetical order. Obviously there'll be chapters below, so click where you want. Starting with ATEEZ, I think this is a nice set of looks, but we've definitely seen them in stronger red carpet looks. Straight away thinking back to, I believe it was the KBS Song Festival, where they came out in those black and white looks. They had the different patterns of black and white, the different levels of black and white, and straight away it was more interesting. I feel like this is very true to ATEEZ's red carpet style, where we're getting a really fantastic balance of the black and white, the color palette, and there's always a great balance of contemporary elements and classic elements. Mingi in the all black, San and Wooyoung in the all white, it balances the color palette. Then all of the other members have a combination of them both. I would have to say my favorite look is Songhwa's. It just stands out to me. The tail jacket, how the lapel sweeps in and then the tails of the coat sweep ever so gently out, and you get the flash of the gold lining. It looks like there's a cummerbund which brings the trousers right up to the waist, giving him this beautiful silhouette, and then he's got that flare to the trouser over the boot, and then it looks like he's wearing a bolo tie through that collar, and then they've tied the ends up in a bow. So really cute, chic tailoring, and just the overall cut stands out. Next up, we have Boy Next Door, and there's a few styling things that I don't like. We'll touch on them. Overall, I think it's a nice contemporary red carpet look, but we have seen this a lot before. The crop jackets, the slim cut trousers, the different types of shirt. So it is nice, but I feel like we need to move away from this slim cut trouser, crop jacket silhouette, as flattering as it can be. And that's why Rises stood out to me so much, because it was leaning more into this more oversized, wide cut, contemporary flare cut silhouette. Four in from the left, we've got Sungho wearing the wrap blazer, shirtless, which is a classic on the K-pop red carpet. It's chic. The flash break of skin, it works every time. But where all of the other members are in white shirts, this could have really been easily balanced out if we did a shirtless look on another member. I think it would have worked really nicely with Taesan's look on the very left. And I like the raw edge to his tailoring. It adds a beautiful contemporary touch and it picks up nicely on the camera. And I feel like the break of the jacket isn't too low for it to be a shirtless moment, and it would immediately balance this out. Rewoo and Woonhak, they have the crop jackets with the slim cut trousers silhouettes, and I like the shirt details. Rewoo has the collarless shirt with the snap, which is really nice, and then Woonhak has the collar that's folding back over the lapel of the jacket. Very, very chic. The one for me that has the styling I don't like is on Lee Han, second in from the right. It's giving Pilgrim. The big white cuffs poking out from underneath the sleeves, the tie around the neck, and then the belted waist. It's giving Pilgrim. Put him in a hat, it's giving Thanksgiving Pilgrim. Do you see what I mean? I think if this was styled without the white shirt, it would be very chic because you're getting the collarless shape and then the belted waist. Or even if you just did a normal point collar shirt, we didn't need the Pilgrim vibes. ITZY gave us a matching moment on the Fact Music Awards red carpet, and I'm not really feeling it. I appreciate that is something different from the usual LBDs that they give us, and the LBDs that ITZY are usually given. They're not ever really styled up. It's quite simplistic, so I don't really expect much from them on the red carpet, if I'm completely honest. So I appreciate the fact that this is different, and the gunshots play into Killshot, and they were doing like guns on the red carpet, but I just feel like they could have done more with this. Did we need to put the four members, I know Leah is on hiatus and talking about the four members here, did we need to put them in matching looks, the same cut of jacket, same cut of trouser, the same shoe, the same satin blouse with the mini black tie. No, I feel like we could have really lent into this concept. We could have given one of the members a jacket that was really covered in these gunshot embellishments. We could have gone for a crop jacket that had a few like cascading down and an ombre. We could have switched up the embellishment and the cuts of the jacket. We could have done a dress with a jacket, a skirt with a jacket, a boot. Like, we really could have lent into this concept and made it truly amazing. And I believe these were also Itzy stage looks. So even for stage looks, they're quite subdued. It's frustrating because this could have been so sick. Like, imagine a two-piece with the gunshot embellishment, a blazer absolutely covered in it with a leather trouser and a boot. Like, this could have been taken in such a strong, far direction, but it's just very, like, middle of the road. Continuing with our female idols, we have IVE on the red carpet, and these are their stage looks. And you know what? IVE came out on the red carpet the start of this end of year show season. What? End of year show season. And I've said cohesion. Cohesion. Fucking finally. Last year, I've had a big problem with cohesion. Even if Wonyoung and Eugene weren't hosting, there was an issue with cohesion. Whereas here, this is so cohesive. And I think this is a great balance of stage looks that work on the red carpet. I feel that's always a trouble point, but this really works. I absolutely love this. We're getting the boots that are finishing below the knee on all of the members. We're getting the light denier tights on Eugene and Ray. All of the members are in those light blue shirts, some styled with ties, some with bow ties, some with open collars. So it's playing into the looks of I Am, you know, the black and white dresses. The textures here kind of follow the same formula as Rises, where majority of the members are in mattes, but then we have Kyul, am I saying that right? Let me know. And Liso have the shine, which picks up beautifully on the camera. And even though Ray is the only member that has the asymmetric hem, it plays in to the other members' skirts. So it's not like it's not cohesive. It plays into the looks. I'm impressed. IVE's first end of year show season, I said it right this time, red carpet, and they said cohesion. I expect to see cohesion continued for IVE. I'm watching. Moving on to Kwon Eunbi. This look is ruined by the shoes. The shoe, why? I believe it's a play suit. We can see that that is a little short. I think this play suit is fantastic. The strong shoulder, the cutouts at the waist, it gives her a really nice shape. We can see the Versace label on the sleeve, so it's clearly by Versace. But the shoe, why the shoe? The shoe is criminal. This incredibly clunky platform heel, it doesn't work with the rest of the outfit. I think the styling is cute, the updo, the statement earring, but there are so many black heels out there. We could have gone for like a really sexy sandal. We could have gone for a sexy stiletto, something that really extends the leg, but this is just so clunky. The shoe and the outfit just don't work for me. At least the shoes fit. We had that a few times last season where I was wearing shoes that didn't even fit, and I think that's just such a poor effort from the stylist. So at least the shoes fit. Every cloud has a silver lining, you know, but still. Continuing with our soloist, we have Lim Young Woong. He always comes out in either a very contemporary vibe or a really classic vibe. So there's always like a constant switch, which I do appreciate, but obviously I prefer him in the more contemporary vibe tailoring, and that is what he's giving us here. We can see that this suit is double-breasted 4 buttons. It has the peak lapel, which is where the lapel piece comes out further than your collar. But you can see the double-breasted paneling. is so cool. The way the jacket wraps where it traditionally would, but you can see with the second button that sits further out, they've put another panel in there. So you're getting this double body piece, and I think it just adds such a chic contemporary flair. Even the button placement on the sleeve, instead of doing the 4 buttons that are stacked, which is traditional in tailoring, they've gone for 2 buttons which are sat further apart. So the details of this are beautiful, and menswear is really detail orientated, more so than cuts most of the time. You can see as well that there are buttons going down the side panel of the jacket, which I think is a really nice understated detail, especially because they're black and the other buttons are this light brown colour. And I love the fact that the shirt is the same colour as the suit. There's completely one tone, and then the bow tie as well in, I'm assuming, the brand's ribbon. A really great, strong look for him. Definitely love these contemporary vibes for him. New jeans. I feel like everyone who watches my content thinks I dislike New Jeans, and that's not the case. I love their music, I fuck with their music. I've been listening to Super Shy on repeat since being in Lisbon. I even went to the fucking garden where they shot Super Shy, so don't tell me I dislike New Jeans. I live for their music. I just really don't vibe with how they're styled, and again, here, I don't vibe with it. For me, this is a really uncohesive. I know there's a good flow of black and white and greys, the colour palette, yes, but each member has a completely different vibe going on. It looks like each member styled individually and then they've just come together, which I don't understand, because if you can do a cohesive stage look, you can do a cohesive red carpet look. It's not difficult. There's no excuses to not be cohesive. We could immediately make this more cohesive by putting one of the other members in a light denier tie, or putting one of the other members in tailoring. Immediately more cohesive. Let's start with Hien and work our way down the line. We just saw Hien at Fashion Week. If you've not seen my video, I'll leave it linked in the description box. You can go check it out. She looked unreal at Louis Vuitton in that jumpsuit with the little black box bag and the chunky heel. It was styled really well to her proportions. This look, I don't think it's flattering on her at all. It's very, you know, like cut here, dark colors, finishes here. The lines of the sweater are just so bizarre. It's not working with her proportions, with her body. And then the jump with all of the bows is just a bit frumpy. And then the shoe with the strap just completely cuts her leg off at a weird place. So I just don't think this look is doing her any favors. Hanny's look, I like the skirt, I like the shoe. I don't really like the light denier type with it. I don't feel like it's necessary. And then the top, I don't really feel like it goes with the outfit. I think we could have gone for a top that was more interesting and played into the textures of the leather skirt more. I do like Haeren's look, but the silhouette is completely different from the other members. All of the other members are in quite streamlined silhouettes, whereas she's getting volume from her waist to the hip with the way that waterfall hem is falling, and then she's got the black skirt underneath. I think the proportions of her look work beautifully on her. I like the fact that the white top and the black skirt finish flush. And then the shoe, it works because we're not getting an ankle strap that cuts it off at the wrong point. And I like how it's coming up the leg and it's quite a chunky shoe. Danielle's outfit, she looks like she's going to a cocktail party, and her look is arguably the most simple. They've put her in this little white dress with the black strappy shoe. I do really like the shoe, but I feel like her look would have looked really sick with that light denier tie. I feel like it would have added a more stylized finish to her look, and it needs it. It's very simple and it doesn't match the vibes of the other members. And then Minji on the end, I love her tailored look, but none of the other members are wearing tailoring, so it completely stands alone, and I just feel like it looks a bit too mature on her. If we had another member in a trouser or a blazer, even a blazer dress, something like that, it would tie it more together. So it really does look like each member has been styled individually and just put together. We can argue the strappy shoes, pull it together, but it's not enough for it to work. Moving on to NMIXX. NMIXX are usually an offender on the red carpet for me. There's always a lack of cohesion, things don't look right. I'm thinking back to the pink looks where it was like ruffles, everything but the kitchen sink, different tones, and it was just like, I'm vibing with this. I was collecting pictures, I saw some comments on Twitter where people were like, oh, I'm not liking how they're dressed, and I can understand it from that standpoint. I think this is something we're not used to seeing on a K-pop red carpet. We're so used to seeing little black dresses, outfits that are a lot more form-fitting. Even if you look at how ITZY's tailoring is fit, it's very slim cut. Whereas here, we're getting more boxy, oversized silhouettes, more masculine silhouettes. Even the way that it's been styled, there's a masculine vibe to it. NMIXX are wearing Loewe, and they've been styled by Dooho. I believe he works with quite a lot of the JYP groups. He styles Stray Kids. I've seen him styling NMIXX. I'll leave his Instagram here on screen if you want to go check it out, because there is a lot on there. I think the reason that I like this is the fact it is something different on the K-pop red carpet. We're used to getting the same thing year after year. It's starting to get a little bit repetitive. So the fact we're getting something different, but it still plays into the classic like black and white K-pop vibes, I can really appreciate it. Bae on the very left and Seolyoon on the left middle, they're wearing the same outfit, but the skirts are in different colors. I like the skirt with the knife pleats, and how it's got this masculine edge with the white shirt, the black tie, the embellishment going down the tie that looks like a collection of tie clips. I think that's really sick. I think they could have switched up the styling though, because both have been styled with the opaque tie in the same shoe. So I think it would have been nice to switch up one of their styling when it came to the shoe and the tie, just to give it a bit more differentiation, because it is like matchy. Jiwoo's look has to be my favorite. I love the beret with the embellishment, the cut of the waistcoat, how it has that rounded hem. It's very flattering, and the white shirt dress, it's a nice cut. It's not too oversized, it's not too fitted. I like the styling with the socks and the shoes. The socks overall, I don't think work with every outfit. I think with Lily, we could have gone for a shorter sock, so we got more leg. I think on Haewon, we could have gone for a sock or just the shoe by itself to give a break of flesh, because there's no break from the neck to the shoe. And thank fuck she's not in those hideous legging boots every single time like last season, but the opaque type with the shoe reminds me of it. I'm sorry. Kyujin's look, I think the sock works because it's a good length with the hem of her. I believe it's a short. I can't tell where it's just photographing quite flat, but I love the black and white tie, how it just adds a pop and kind of pulls everyone's black and white together. So I think this is very cohesive, it's chic, it's something different on the K-pop red carpet, and it's something different for NMIXX. I'm vibing with it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, because even on Twitter there was quite a lot of like, ooh, yes, ooh, yes. Continuing with clients of Dooho, we've got Stray Kids. I feel like this is a very typical Stray Kids red carpet look. We're getting the slim cut trousers on all of the members. We're getting a lot of crop jackets. This is a silhouette we see a lot on Stray Kids because it really elongates the leg. And then we're getting the different style details on the jackets. We're getting different ties, different accessories. Again, very true to Stray Kids style. I feel like as time's going on, Stray Kids red carpet style is getting more and more subdued. This is a nice set of looks, but it's not that exciting. Changbin is literally wearing a white t-shirt with a simple chain under a suit jacket. We've seen him in way more exciting looks. So I'm quite disappointed by his look, I will not lie. And then we're getting the same on Ian, just the crew neck with the chain under the jacket. He was serving it up at Fashion Week. I know this is not Fashion Week. I know K-pop red carpets are quite conservative, but just a jersey neck t-shirt under a jacket, give me more, please. The standouts for me would have to be Felix and Hyunjin in the metallic pinstripe. You don't really get to see it in the faraway shot, but when you see it close up, the metallic pinstripe picks up really, really nicely. And then also Lino and Sungmin, the texture of their jackets, it's got this tweedy texture and you can see that there's this metallic fleck going through it. And I love the styling of Lino's, the point collar shirt, the black ribbon with the Gucci necklace over the top. It's something we see a lot from Stray Kids, the tie with the necklace. It's a nice look from Stray Kids, but it's definitely not my favorite Stray Kids red carpet look. Moving on to 17, we're getting this very soft gray color palette, and I like how it's a gray scale. Members more in lighter gray, charcoals down to black, full black, and this is 17's typical formula when it comes to K-pop red carpets. This is an 11-member group, so I can imagine their stylist has a really hard time, and I'm always impressed with how cohesive it is. And 17 understand the standing order. They always get it. The standing order is so important for how cohesive a set of looks comes across. Mingyu and the 8 on the very left. June, Vernon on the very right. All 4 of them in the long coats, and then all of the members in the middle in tailoring. So we're getting differentiation between tailoring and the jackets is giving us the variety of clothing categories, but then we're getting the balance with 2 members on each side. I believe the last time I saw 17 on a red carpet was at the Asia Artists Awards, and it's when they did that really strong black and white set, and it really packed a punch on the red carpet. And I think the strong contrast, shut the fuck up, I will come downstairs. And the strong contrast of members in full black, members in full white, and then the really contrasting tailoring elements in the other members, when there's so many of them, packs a punch. Where this set is predominantly dark, it doesn't have the same oomph. Still incredibly chic, still incredibly contemporary, still incredibly cohesive, but that set of looks from 17, it floored me. So I do have 3 standout looks, and it is all of the members in the pinstripes. So Hoshi, the crop jacket, double-breasted, great silhouette on him. Love the pinstripe, because usually we see these crop jackets in just a plain black. Jonghan in Saint Laurent, he's got that pinstripe jacket with the really strong shoulders. This is something we've seen a lot from Saint Laurent, especially in their Fashion Week looks. And then he has that beautiful draping blouse underneath. Saint Laurent is just sexy. And then Wonwoo, the pinstripe shirt worn underneath the black coat with the slim cut black trousers. It just adds a really nice lift to his all black look. Moving on to one of my red carpet faves, Treasure. Treasure once again serving it up. Every time we see them on the red carpet, there is an incredible cohesion, but each member has their own thing going on, and here at the FACT Music Awards, it's no different. And what I really appreciate about Treasure's styling is that even though when there is one member who has their own thing going on compared to the rest, it's never so loud that it really jumps out. And when we look at Doyoung, he's the only member in check, but where the check is a grey scale, like a charcoal grey with the black, it's not like woo screaming out, whereas if it was like white and black, it would be very, very strong. I think that's really smart. And when we look at the close-up shot, there's a really nice pearl edging detail to the collar. There's a nice pin on the collar. We can see it's a DB4. So the cut is quite classic, but the styling pushes it in that contemporary direction. Another favorite for me has to be Jungkook. The deconstructed pinstripe, love the texture. And then how you can see there's a raw edge along the line of the lapel. I think it's so beautiful. And then the way they kept the styling just very clean with the white shirt unbuttoned, the loose black tie. It lets the texture of the suit do all of the work. The cut of the suit itself, very slim cut. I would assume, from what I can tell, it's a notch lapel, 2 buttons, and when we look at the shot here, you can see that there's just 1 button on the cuff, which is a nice contemporary finish. Mate, this is the thing about filming in Lisbon. There's always something going on. There's always someone with a tool. There's always someone honking a horn. So I feel like I just need to lean into it, otherwise I'm gonna scream. Another fave is Haruto. The double-breasted jacket that's collarless in the pinstripe, it's not something you typically see, so love this jacket. I like the fact it's a 4-button, double-breasted as well, because it keeps everything very linear. The placement of the buttons falling within the stripes. The styling, again, very simple. White shirt, worn open, black tie, slightly loose, and then he's got the plain black trousers with the sneaker, so it's definitely a contemporary-led look. Even the jacket itself with the cropped silhouette, the collarless style, contemporary. My favourite, though, has to be Jung-hwan. The shirt with the hearts in the devore. Devore is when you're burning out the fibres of velvet or a similar fabric, and it gives you that sheer background. We can see the heart motif very clearly, and we can see that there are cutouts on this jacket, which I think is a great touch when you're wearing a sheer shirt underneath, as it's gonna let the sheer shirt, especially with those love hearts, do what they need to do. Lean into it, George, lean into it, George, lean into it. Our penultimate look, we have Zyka's. I'm not really vibing with it, to be honest. I think it's just leaning too classic for a young group. 3 in from the left, we've got 3 members, all in tuxes. Hyunwoo, Sumin, Minjae, all in tuxes with a bow tie. This is a young group. It's not exciting to see a young group in just a tux. And then we've got an introduction of a polka dot on Siyun, and is it Junmin or Junmin? Let me know in the comments. Where is the polka dot coming from? It's not being pulled through anywhere else. I know there's 2 members, we argue it balances out, but it's just bizarre to have a very like classic tux vibe, a polka dot, a shirtless moment. Like, there's just too much going on. Like, I appreciate there's a lot of members in this group, but when you have groups like 17 where there is a fuck ton of members and they're giving you cohesion, chic, contemporary, there's not really an excuse. So I don't know if this is Zyka's first red carpet. I know they debuted earlier this year, so it could be their first red carpet, but it's not the best start. Finally, on the Fact Music Awards 2023 red carpet, we have Zero Base One, and like Zyka's, I feel like there is too much going on. We've got this combination of navy blue and black, which I don't love, and then we're getting members who are giving us a school uniform vibe on the red carpet. We're getting members who are giving us classic tuxes. We're getting jacquards. We're getting collarless shirts with pleat details. There's just a lot of details that come together but aren't necessarily cohesive. We've got Matthew and Taeray in the classic tuxes, and again, it just leans too mature for such a young group that just debuted, and it just doesn't play into any of the other members' looks. Again, there's 2 of them, it balances out, whatever, but it just looks odd within the set of looks. Jiwoong and Hanbin are giving us the school uniform red carpet vibes, and I think it's because we're getting the piping around the collar and the pearl going down, and the way the shirts and ties have been styled is very like uptight. Even if we undid a button, wore them more loose, it would give a more youthful appearance. I think it's Hanbin's to me that really screams school uniform, because I used to wear a shirt and tie exactly like this to school, the same light blue, and then the tie has the bumblebee placement on the middle of it. I think it must be Dior then. I used to wear a tie like this that had a rose, so it just screams school uniform. And then we're getting the jacquard on Ricky. None of the other members are in jacquard, so again, that stands alone. And I suppose when you look at the group shot, the jacquard doesn't stand out, but when you see the close-ups, you can. We have Gyuvin on the very left. He looks like he's going to the office, a full navy suit with the blue shirt and the tie. Very workplace attire. It looks bizarre on the red carpet. So there's just a lot going on, a lot of different vibes. And I think when you look at groups like Rise, 17, 80s, immediately more of a cohesive, edited style. At the start of the video, I gave you my favourite looks, so let me share my least favourite looks with you now. My least favourite female idol look, I would have to say New Jeans, just because of the huge lack of cohesion. I feel like they're having a similar problem to IVE last year, where it looks like each member is styled individually and then they come together. My least favorite male idol look, I would have to say Zero Base One. I know I made similar comments about Zyka's and Zero Base One, but for me, Zero Base One have more vibes that don't match compared to Zyka's, so that's why they're my least favorite. I want you guys to let me know who are your favorite and least favorite looks from the Fact Music Awards 2023, but if you want to see some incredible K-pop fashion, go check out my K-pop idols at Fashion Week Spring Summer 24 Part 2 video. I'll leave it just there, give her a click. But thank you so much for watching. A massive thank you to everyone who subscribed. You are amazing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.